Now in 4 News Now, a 3-year-old overdoses on fentanyl. Now his foster mom is demanding his biological mom stay in jail.
I was in constant fear of him finding either her overdosed or himself overdosing.
Where investigators say he got the pills that nearly killed him.
Spring is here, and so is the rain. I am tracking showers, gusty winds, and even thunderstorms in your first alert forecast.
Gonzaga wins the Battle of the Bulldogs with a dominant performance against Georgia. Now the Zags are preparing to face off against one of the top teams in the country in the second round. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. All that excitement is alive and strong here in Spokane as well following today's big win.
And fans are hoping to keep that momentum going as the Gonzaga women take on UTSA in the Women's Basketball Invitational Tournament. Marissa Rio joins us live from the McCarthy Athletic Center where that game is just getting underway. And Marissa, you joined in on some of today's watch parties for the men's game where I'm sure the energy was off the charts.
It was, Derek and Kirsten. This is a big day for Gonzaga, and fans were off the roof excited today, and that energy shows no signs of fading right now. Fans are continuing to pack the kennel, hoping for another victory from our women's team. I spent this afternoon celebrating with fans, and I have to say the youngest of Gonzaga students brought out the most passion. Aloysius Gonzaga school students cheered on the Zags as they packed meals for those in need. They swapped their original school uniforms for Zags gear and packed the gym before tip-off.
I wanted that we love them so much and we hope to keep winning.
This took a lot of effort to get up here, up in the March Madness, so I really hope that we can win.
Over at Logan's Tavern, college-age Zags stood shoulder to shoulder as they rallied behind their team. All of the fans were decked out in blue and red. Beer flowed freely, claps echoed off the walls, and the smell of fried food packed the bar.
I mean, it feels amazing just having the opportunity, March Madness, growing up watching it and just to be in this environment and be a senior too. It's a great day to be here. Great day.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs now face a tougher challenge as they prepare to take on Houston.
People may think it's a bit scary, but I'm just excited to show everyone what this is Gonzaga. Never, 8 seed, who cares? We're coming for it and we're gonna 1 seed, we're not scared.
And the hope lives on. We'll have to see if fans can match this level of excitement in the next round. But for now, everyone's fired up for tonight's game. Live from the McCarthy Athletic Center, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. It happens every year with the start of March Madness. Productivity in the workplace drops. Here's a great example. Take a look at this picture from one of our colleagues that works here in our newsroom. As you can see, he has 6 screens all running at the same time. We are not naming him.
Wow.
However, but if you work here, you might be able to figure out whose desk that is.
Yeah, I'm really looking hard. A study actually suggests the average fan could end up wasting about 2.5 hours of work per day, totaling about $20 billion in lost productivity across the country. And the study by the Action Network reveals 40% of people admit to calling out of work just to watch a game. So if a few of your coworkers suddenly come down with a mysterious cough in the next few days, they might not be as sick as they claim. Derek, you actually are sick, though. I'm just going to say that.
Well, my wife is smarter than me because she took today and tomorrow off. We should just make the first 2 days of the tournament like a national holiday.
I just want to say, though, if you're not here tomorrow, I'm not going to blame you.
Right.
Chris, what do you think?
I think that was Derek's desk, wasn't it? With all those screens. On our Doppler radar right now, we do have some light showers around the Coeur d'Alene area. We're dry right now in Spokane. If you've got a dog to walk or a Bloomsday training run, now might be the time to start recording whatever game you're watching because we are not going to stay dry for long. Here's a broader view on those showers. And we've had some areas of Grapple and even a few rumbles of thunder. One of those places was in Wallace where we had some heavy grapple falling just about an hour ago, and you can still see the evidence of it on the side of I-90 there, but things have dried out. Last time I checked Sandpoint, it was sunny and raining at the same time. It is windy across the region. We have wind gusts in excess of 30 miles per hour in Spokane Valley. Gusty winds in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. These winds will die down this evening, but come back even stronger tomorrow. Meanwhile, as I mentioned, we are dry in Spokane right now, but not for long. We have some rain coming in later this evening before it tapers off again tomorrow morning. That is going to be temporary. This evening, we'll see temperatures in the 40s, 39 degrees at 11 o'clock. As I mentioned, that will be a temporary drying trend tomorrow morning. We have a busy afternoon of weather on Friday. I'll explain and have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. A third child in Spokane County overdosed on fentanyl found in their home. According to court documents, the 3-year-old thought it was candy and his mother told him to have some. That woman was arrested last night. Today, she went before a judge and her family in court. Jordan Smith is in studio tonight with the details.
Well, this all unfolded nearly 1 month ago on February 21st. According to court documents, this woman, Jessica Demain, allowed her 3-year-old son to have blue candy that was on her nightstand next to her cigarettes. She told him to eat it in his room, and that candy contained fentanyl, which nearly killed that child. The 3-year-old immediately felt hot, thirsty, and fell unconscious. But rather than calling 911 right away, court documents showed Demain instead drew him a cold bath. And luckily, first responders gave him Narcan and were able to save his life. Last night, police executed a search warrant at Demain's house where they found meth, heroin, and fentanyl in her purse. Demain in court today. She was emotional, her niece delivering this statement to the court.
I was in constant fear of him finding either her overdosed or himself overdosing.
She told the court that fear came true. The woman you just heard from, the foster mother for this 3-year-old, she requested the judge to issue a protection order for herself and the child against Demain, who is her aunt. Without it, she says Demain could legally be allowed to visit 3 times per week with her child when she's released, per the Washington Department of Children and Youth.
Miss Demain has repeatedly hurt this child since the point of his conception. He was born addicted to meth and as a result of her drug use. I'm requesting a protection order since I fear retaliation from Miss Demain.
And the judge granted that order, setting the bail today at $100,000. And Demain is charged with reckless endangerment, 3rd-degree assault, and 2nd-degree criminal mistreatment. The latter 2 are Class C felonies. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Well, a man wanted for shooting and killing a young girl in Spokane last summer has been found in Colorado. 19-year-old Cougar Devereaux Jr. is accused of murdering 19-year-old Maria Kapustin back in July. Devereaux is now awaiting extradition back to Spokane.
Washington state Democrats have revealed their plan to close the $12 billion budget deficit.
In about 20 minutes, we'll break down what it could mean for you and your wallet. Protesters say a push to privatize the U.S. Postal Service could devastate rural communities.
And a new scam text pretending to be an alert from STCU is making the rounds. What to watch out for to keep your banking information safe. Next on 4 News Now.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. I want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR for 84 months on Sierra heavy-duty Denali models. That's over $5,300 in average finance savings.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
We know your time is valuable, and that is why at Colville Toyota, our goal is to get you in and out in an hour or less using our Express Maintenance Center.
With our pit crew approach and Toyota trained techs, your routine service happens fast.
Toyota Express Maintenance includes a safety inspection, oil changes, brake inspection, tire rotation, and much more.
Quality, speed, and confidence is what you can expect from Colville Toyota's Express Maintenance Center. We're your small town dealership with a big heart.
A show that pays tribute to one of the best Mexican-American performers of our time, Selena. Carla Perez, live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, May 8th. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
Every day, annoying scam calls and texts flood our phones, and they're becoming more difficult to recognize.
Yeah, scam texts recently went around our newsroom, and today we visited how you can protect yourself from falling victim to one of these scams. Hunter Bertram has what you need to know.
If you're anything like me, your phone rings and dings constantly throughout the day. It's almost weird when it doesn't, but sometimes we get a text, an annoying text.
And that text message might be from an unfamiliar number, possibly posing as a bank saying someone's trying to send you some cash. So why don't you go ahead and click the link that I've sent to you? Well, you should know, don't click on that link because most likely it's a scam.
Check this scam text out, posing as STCU. It went around our newsroom this week. Some of you got it too.
They show up and they try to scare you. They try to make you think you have to act right away, that there's something wrong with your account.
That's exactly what this text is trying to do. Instead of saying, hey, someone's trying to send you money, or hey, you owe me money, it's asking, does this incoming deposit look strange? Which isn't a strange alert to get from your bank. But once you click the link that's attached, it asks for your account information.
Your financial institution already has your account information. If someone's trying to get you to provide your account information online, that's probably not your financial institution.
Dan Hansen with STCU told me today, best practice is to act with skepticism to any out of the blue concerning messages posing as your bank.
So if there's any question at all, again, call your financial institution on that number that's on their website and describe what you received and ask them if it's legitimate.
Now, over time, these scams have become increasingly harder to distinguish. So if you do get caught up in the scam,
call your financial institution as soon as possible, and so that they can limit the damage.
I'm Hunter Bertram for News Now.
It is going to be tough going over the passes over the next couple of days, especially Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass through Saturday morning. In excess of a foot of snow possible over Snoqualmie, up to 2 feet of snow over Stevens. Also, tricky travel over Lookout Pass. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Hospitals.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm in.
I'm in too. I am in.
I'm in. I'm in too.
I'll be here.
The future's uncertain, but you're more likely to get a high-paying gig if you're armed with college or career training after high school. WA Grant makes that education affordable or even free. See if you qualify at wagrant.org.
The Hoodie Project donates 1,500 hoodies each year, inspiring kids to see college as a real possibility.
By donating $100 for every Eastern touchdown and hosting Numerica's Tailgate for a Cause, Numerica proudly raised $10,000 for the EWU Hoodie Project last season.
These hoodies are more than a sweatshirt. They're a symbol of opportunity and that higher education is within reach.
This is how Numerica cares for kids.
Celebrate 30 years of winning at the Kootenai Casino with exciting promotions including daily hot spins, a special St. Patrick's Day drawing, and anniversary cash and bonus play giveaways. Ready to get away this March? Stay Sunday through Thursday at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $59 per night, or a Riverview room for $79 and get a free $30 Kootenai credit included. Come stay and win at the inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
This year, turn your backyard into a fun, relaxing paradise. From Quality Spas of Spokane, the little store that sells the most hot tubs and swim spas. Made right here in the United States by Cal Spas.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Well, spring is finally here, and that means the start of baseball season is quickly approaching.
And anyone heading to T-Mobile Park for a Mariners game will have a few new food options if peanuts and Cracker Jacks aren't your thing. This is a little different. The massive Godzilla pictured on your screen from Sumo Dog. This is a foot-long hot dog topped with beef chili, cheese sauce, wasabi relish, and it looks like even more, maybe some seaweed topping there. If you're looking for something to help you beat the heat, try the ice cream nachos. That features waffle cone chips along with soft serve ice cream and, of course, a side of caramel sauce.
See, I like that better, especially if it's served in a helmet, right? Because you wouldn't want to be sitting next to the person eating that Godzilla dog.
You know, I spend a fair amount of time out at Vista Stadium.
Yeah.
I just want a hot dog and one of these.
Yeah.
The beverage of your choice. Purist.
They have great options at Avista too, though, for sure.
Oh, yeah, they do. Dippin' Dots, very popular. I always see the kids with those and the lemonades. And, oh, now I want it to be baseball time, almost.
You wouldn't want to be sitting outside tonight, though, probably.
No, we have our own Nature's Dippin' Dots with the grapple that we've been having around the region. 4 things to know about your weather: showers and thunderstorms. Showers tonight, still the possibility of an isolated rumble of thunder over the mountains this evening. More likely that's going to hold off until tomorrow evening. It is going to be windy through Friday. I'll show you the Friday winds here in a moment. Heavy past snow, which I just showed you before the break. And we still have that warm weather coming next week, a brief jump into the 60s. On our radar right now, a lot of our afternoon and evening convection is coming to an end, but we have more wet weather to move through later this evening. Our forecast radar showing just plain old rain, no grapple or thunderstorms by 9 o'clock around the region. Snow level dropping, though. We'll see snow in the mountains. That rain will continue through the early part of the overnight, but will be dry by tomorrow morning through most of eastern Washington and North Idaho, except for the mountain snow, which will continue. Then as we get into Friday afternoon, the showers return with a better chance of thunderstorms, some grapple and gusty winds, along with a cold front coming through. We'll keep that chance of thunderstorms going all the way through Friday evening before we begin drying out again. Friday's winds, it is going to be breezy throughout the entire day, but the strongest gusts are going to start picking up around 8 a.m., 30-mile-per-hour gusts. By the time we're into noon, 1 o'clock, 40-mile-per-hour gusts, and then we'll see things tapering off as we get into the evening, with the exception of the areas right around any thunderstorm activity. Hour by hour, your Friday forecast, we're going to be dry to start the day, but breezy, a mix of sun and clouds, more clouds than sun, however. Chance of showers developing as early as 11 a.m., more likely as we get into mid-afternoon. High temperature of 51 degrees, and then that chance of thunderstorms kicking up as we get into the evening. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Plan for a little bit of everything on Friday, and then a much calmer Saturday with dry conditions, a high of 49 degrees. Should have some sunshine late Saturday and into Sunday. We have a system coming in that may bring a mix of rain and snow, drying out and warming up for next week. A high of 69 on Wednesday, with rain coming in late Wednesday and into a cooler, wetter Thursday. Derek.
All right, still ahead, a nuisance property in Geiger Heights turns into a fire hazard. Why firefighters say it's a disaster waiting to happen, next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This isn't our dog.
That one?
You never got new glasses, did you?
Well, you didn't know Stanton Optical makes eye care easy.
Exactly.
One pair of glasses plus a free eye exam for $59. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Yep, that was me. I've gotten older, my horse is bigger, and my dad, well...
Since then, we've added the Mitsubishi franchise to our dealership.
Which means we have 0% financing and over $10,000 in discounts below MSRP.
And right now, meaning quality pre-owned price below cost.
Below cost?
That's right, Tay, or we couldn't advertise it.
So really nothing's changed. We still have a lot of great deals and we're a lot of fun too.
Lions and Division across from Lowe's.
Hey Rob, let's gear up and go this year.
Try searching, fishing, and hunting.
I know where I'm going, yeah.
Let's go!
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Bighorn Show, March 20th to 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. On Family Day, kids are free. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Indulge in wonderful dining at Mistaqua Casino Hotel.
Welcome back. Crews were called to a fire early this morning in the Geiger Heights area. That fire broke out at around 4 a.m. on South Cheatham Road, just south of I-90.
No one was hurt in the fire, but it did burn several structures and vehicles. Madeline Mullins was out in Geiger Heights earlier today and has more on why fire crews say they're not surprised that this happened.
In Geiger Heights, the fire department is well aware of this property.
We were already aware of this address and the amount of vehicles and RVs that were on it.
It is because of the number of cars and RVs that the fire department says it would be a problem if there was ever an emergency. An emergency like a fire.
We couldn't even get fire apparatus down these driveways to the fire, so we had to do a lot of our operations from the road, stretch hose lines down to it, which is just a lot of manpower.
When it comes to making sure roads are clear enough for emergency response, the fire department tells me that is up to the county.
We're really big on trying to educate the public to make sure that we can get into their property when they need help.
The county says that since 2004, there have been 3 charges brought against this property owner for violating code. Documents show that the most recent charge was in 2022, but it was dropped because the property was brought back to compliance. These code violations are not the only times law enforcement has been called out to this property.
The police are out here regularly.
Kenneth Barrett has lived next to this property for over 20 years.
Because there is no question that this is a nuisance property.
He tells me he was not surprised when the sheriff's office knocked on his door telling him about the fire.
The entire area is garbage and old mobile homes, hundreds of cars, just junk from everywhere. Basically, we just wait for this to happen.
Barrett says that while he is annoyed, there is not much that he or his neighbors can do. The county telling me the same, saying until a complaint is filed, code enforcement won't go out to check on a property. In the meantime, the fire department is warning all property owners to keep their roads and areas clear, saying that keeps you and your neighbors safe. In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is having its best hiring year yet.
The approach the department is taking to attract new recruits coming up. Plus, new taxes could be coming to Washington as Democratic leaders reveal a plan to raise billions for schools and other state services, why critics say their plan will have a major impact on the middle class. Next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Oh, are you all right?
Hardly. I stubbed my toe really bad.
Ouch, I hate that. Still, we should get this beauty back to Northern Quest before they send out a search party. Wow, such chivalry.
Yeah? Must have hit my head. Oh. Oh.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes SUV.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
Bill's Heating would like to congratulate Dino Scarpa on winning 2 tickets to the WCC tournament in Vegas.
Hey, Ben, I make this shot, you have to take me with you to Vegas. Deal?
All right, fine. But you got 1 shot.
Watch and learn. All right, 2 out of 3.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Next ET, Kelly Clarkson celebrates her 1,000th episode, the latest on her daytime return. Plus, could another This Is Us family member be headed to paradise?
They ain't ready, bruh.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Oh, we're doing it again.
Side step for a 3. Nail it. What an adjustment. Hesitates into a 2-hand jam right down the...
Watch Blazers versus Nuggets tomorrow at 7 on KXLY ABC 4. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Senate Democrats in Olympia have come out with their proposals to bring in more money to balance the state budget. They're proposing new taxes on the wealthy while also changing property and sales taxes.
Albert James walks us through the tax changes and their driving forces and how the proposals are being received on the other side of the aisle.
Senate Democratic budget leaders Thursday released long-expected plans to bring in new revenue to close the state's multi-billion-dollar budget gap over the next 4 years.
Voters are really interested both in making sure that wealthy people and businesses pay their fair share of the tax burden in our state, and that they don't want to see vital services cut.
The proposal has 5 parts. First, implementing a tax on people who have over $50 million worth of stocks, bonds, and other certain financial assets. Democrats are also proposing a payroll tax on large employers similar to Seattle's Jumpstart tax. They also want to change the cap on property tax increases. They call the current growth limit of 1% arbitrary and instead propose a combined rate of population growth plus inflation.
This will help ensure that our local communities have the revenue to reflect the actual cost of providing public safety and community protection services for their communities.
The fourth proposal is to eliminate tax exemptions that have been deemed by auditors as ineffective or obsolete. And while it would reduce the amount of revenue brought in by the state, they're also proposing reducing the state sales tax 0.5% to 6%.
As cost of living is rising, Washington's current regressive tax code puts an additional strain on households that are really struggling to meet their basic needs, and this proposal reduces that disproportionate impact.
In all, the Senate Democrats say the proposals are set to bring in $17 billion over the next 4 years for schools, health care, and other state services. Senate Republican Budget Lead Chris Godon argues the new taxes are unnecessary to sustain state services and lawmakers need to limit spending instead. He took issue with Democrats saying they're targeting the wealthy while also opening the door for property tax increases.
That will directly fall on the backs of working families, middle class, people who are trying to get by, and it will also be a pass-through cost to renters across our state who are already struggling so much.
I reached out to the governor's office if he had any comment on the tax proposals, but didn't hear back Thursday afternoon. Democrats say they've been keeping Ferguson updated on their budget progress as the governor has made it clear he wanted to exhaust spending cuts first before talking new revenue. Now, the spending that all this revenue is going to go toward is still being ironed out. House and Senate Democrats are expected to release their own separate budget proposals on Monday. Senate Republicans released theirs last week. Everyone has to come together to pass one single budget out of the legislature by the time session ends on April 27th. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Well, let's check back in with Chris, who is tracking some spring showers in the First Alert Weather Center.
Spring showers and another common phenomenon this time of year in the inland Northwest, gusty winds. Winds across the region right now. 30-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane, 32-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane Valley. Now, these winds will die down a little bit later tonight, but expect even stronger winds tomorrow. Here's our forecast wind gusts starting off at 11 o'clock tonight with 34-mile-per-hour gusts in Grand Coulee, 28 in Moses Lake. We have a cold front that's going to be coming through on Friday, and that is going to bring our winds up to the 40-mile-per-hour range as we get into Friday afternoon in Spokane, then into Coeur d'Alene. By Friday evening, it's still going to be a breezy evening, but those stronger gusts will begin tapering off. Precipitation, we are dry right now in Spokane. Our odds of wet weather increase through the evening and then taper off by tomorrow morning. But that is just a brief break. As we get into tomorrow afternoon, the winds pick up and the precipitation starts falling again. And we do have the chance of some thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. A very busy day. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Derek?
Right. Chris, thank you. A good chunk of the Centennial Trail through Riverside State Park will be closed until the end of June. Crews will begin work to reduce fire risk in the park on the north side of 7 Mile Road. That means the section of trail from the McClellan Trailhead north to the Carlson Trailhead near 9 Mile will be closed. The entire 340 acres surrounding that area will be closed and signs will be posted.
Speaking of our state parks, starting on the 24th, you will be able to make same-day reservations for campsites at all state parks. Same-day reservations can be booked until 2 p.m. that day. Washington State Park says this change only affects campground reservations. It does not apply to roofed accommodations, vacation rentals, or day-use facilities like picnic shelters. You can find the link to book your spot in this story on KXLY.com.
Well, members of the American Postal Workers Union rallied against privatizing the U.S. Postal Service today in Spokane Valley.
Yeah, the Trump administration has suggested bringing the post office under White House control. Derek Strom spoke to union workers about how privatization would affect mail delivery.
Today's protest brought together postal workers from Spokane, Spokane Valley, and North Idaho. They say privatizing the Postal Service would disproportionately affect rural communities. The American Postal Workers Union Local 338 represents hundreds of postal workers in eastern Washington and North Idaho, but their jobs could be in jeopardy if the Trump administration takes control of the U.S. Postal Service.
It would affect people's jobs, it would affect the rural communities, farming communities, people who live, big cities, they might be okay, but the distant places, they're going to suffer.
The Postal Workers Union says the Postal Service was created by Congress to be free of political interference. The union says the Trump administration potentially taking control of the Postal Service would be an illegal and hostile takeover.
We're here. We're here to fight. We're here to let them know that we're not trying to let people lose their jobs, that we're not trying to let the privatization happen, that we're here to speak up for everybody.
The union says the local transportation optimization program is set to start on April 1st. The program would limit deliveries and drop-offs more than 50 miles from a processing facility to once per day. The union says that program is where rural areas will be impacted the most.
I don't know that there's any magic bullet fix, but you know, the accountability in our government and across the post office, it is lacking.
House Resolution 70 is currently being debated in Congress and would urge the House to make sure the post office stays an independent establishment if it's passed. In Spokane Valley, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Well, voters will decide the fate of the Coeur d'Alene Fire Department's $16 million bond. The City Council approved adding the bond to the ballot in May. Some of the money would be spent to remodel Station 2, which has become one of the busiest stations in the city. The money would also be used to replace older fire engines. Here's what it could mean for you if it's approved. The owner of a $425,000 home could expect to pay an estimated $68.30 a year.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is now reporting its best year of hiring yet.
And this comes after years of struggles with recruitment and retention. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yard shares what they've changed in order to make this possible.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office has had a big focus on hiring and recruitment. This has meant more applicants. Right now, there's around 40 new deputies that are going through the training process here at the training center. You might eventually see a pretty big impact out on the street.
9 months. Our citizens are going to notice more people out on the street than they've ever had in the last, probably since 2006, 2007.
The Spokane County Sheriff's Office says this could be the best year of staffing they've had in nearly 20 years. But getting to this point was not easy. It took a revisioning of the hiring process that is now more focused on retaining current employees and making the application process more efficient.
It was taking us 6 months to get people through the process to now where we're far below 90 days for most applicants.
Hiring challenges have been felt across the board for law enforcement agencies. Trooper Heather Axtman, a recruiter for the Washington State Patrol, has helped rethink this agency's hiring approach, focusing on making the process more interactive by engaging with communities in various settings.
So that we're able to go in and I'm able to share that I'm a wife and I'm a mom and I am everything with just this amazing career that I want to share with them and afford them the opportunity to be able to also be part of this.
These revamps have paid off. WSP's hiring pools grew by an average of 300, and SCSO has hired 47 new deputies in just over a year. But the work is not done yet.
We're getting to the point now where we're going to have to figure out now how do we stay competitive without throwing out that kind of cash. Budget constraints are challenging us there, and we don't have quite the number of open positions that we had even last year.
In Spokane, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Hey, dog owners, listen up. Later this month, Scraps will once again be holding their free spay and neuter clinic. It will take place on the 30th. Scraps will provide free services to up to 100 dogs. The organization says it's meant to help reduce the overpopulation of dogs being abandoned or dropped off at the shelter. And puppies must be at least 8 weeks old, weigh at least 2 pounds, and be healthy in order to receive these services. Registration is free, but there is a $25 reservation fee to hold a spot, and there will also be free microchips and vaccines available. The Gonzaga men's basketball team earned a big March Madness win today to advance to the second round.
But they aren't the only Gonzaga basketball team in a postseason tournament, Jack.
Women's squad keeps their season alive in the WBIT tonight. We'll have a score update for y'all on their game against the UTSA coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. The Day Shift. 5 heroic hours of iconic shows, 5 days a week. The heroes are here on KXLY 4.3.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Trunk Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Coeur d'Alene Casino is known for its big jackpots. But what about big appetites and bigger flavors? your favorite Asian-inspired meals, or made-to-order Firestone baked pizzas at our expanding food court. How about our delicious Southwest Pub American cuisine while enjoying traditional tribal hospitality? Or our culinary award-winning restaurant that speaks for itself. At the Coeur d'Alene Casino, we take mouth-watering flavors to a new level. The Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Winning is just the beginning.
Fred's Appliance and 4 News Now are teaming up for the Great American Flag Swap. On March 28th, bring your old, tattered flag to any Fred's location, and in exchange, you'll receive a new flag with help from Uncle Sam's Flag and Gift. Let's thank veterans and military families who are serving.
Fred's Appliance is proud to partner with 4 News Now for the Great American Flag Swap. We honor the sacrifices of our military families and veterans. Visit Fred's Appliance today, trusted for over 60 years, where we sell appliances, only appliances.
4 News Now and STCU are proud to continue highlighting volunteers who go above and beyond with their efforts. STCU Volunteers Count is a project that awards groups and individuals who take volunteering to the next level, donating personal time and financial support to local nonprofits. The winning volunteers will be awarded a grant courtesy of STCU to help further their efforts, and then we'll tell their story. If you know of a local volunteer who deserves recognition, nominate them at KXLY.com.
911, what's your emergency?
The faithful are dropping like flies!
You look well, Bobby.
Cap, you know her?
That's my mother. 911, all new tonight on ABC.
Buckle up, Sam. It's trunk month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Gonzaga men's basketball earned a tournament win earlier today, so now the women are up in the night window against the UTSA Roadrunners for their debut WBIT game. Zags lost in the WCC semifinals to the Oregon State Beavers to miss the NCAA tournament. They're automatically into this WBIT one because of their regular season trophy. Gonzaga has been to a postseason tournament every year since 2008, and the score in this one right now, 32-24. Gonzaga in the lead in the second quarter. We'll have highlights and post-game reaction coming up on Nightside. Washington State women have one more day until they find out their opponent in the WNIT. They will face either Air Force or Utah Valley after their battle tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Now, Wazoo enters this tournament for the first time since 2017, where they rode that season's longest win streak at 4 games into the semifinals, where they fell to Georgia Tech. Let's take a closer look at that Gonzaga men's win. The Bulldogs overwhelmed Georgia, forcing 13 turnovers and only allowing 5 made threes on 26 attempts. Gonzaga shot 20% better from the field and an absurd 60% from 3. Nolan Hickman, Caleb Battle drilling 9 combined. The Zags did this despite a close rebound difference and fouling almost twice as many times. I don't know how many of those calls were excellent ones, though. And no one outside of star freshman Asa Newell and Silas DeMary Jr. did really anything of note for UGA. This win marks the 16th season in a row with a tournament win. It's the largest margin of victory over a 9 seed in Gonzaga basketball history. And next round will not be easy. The Zags are 0-10 against #1 seeds all time. That's the worst record of any program against 1 seeds since we started seeding back in 1979. And Houston is a pretty tough 1 seed. They won the Big 12 regular season and tournament. They've lost 1 game in their last 28 played. Yeah, that's pretty tough.
And they really get after it on defense, too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Jack, thank you. Well, this is the moment President Trump took the first step to close the Department of Education. The president signed an executive order that orders agencies to start the process of dismantling and downscaling the department. While completely closing the DOE requires an act of Congress, many are concerned about the potential loss of critical services in the classroom. The White House press secretary gave some clarification on the difference between a shutdown and services reduction.
The President's executive order directed Linda McMahon to greatly minimize the agency. So when it comes to student loans and Pell Grants, those will still be run out of the Department of Education.
Caroline Levitt also said funding for the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act and Title I for low-income schools would also not be impacted. There's been a wave of recent protests against the potential closing of the DOE as some educators' unions feel their voices aren't being heard.
I'm just surprised that the president is not working with the teachers in classrooms throughout the country as represented by their union to make things better.
The agency had already announced workforce cuts of nearly 50% earlier this month. That comes out to about 1,300 employees being laid off, in addition to the hundreds who took voluntary buyouts.
Oh, the news is good for our area ski resorts. We have got a lot of snow that happened in the last 24 hours and a lot of snow coming in the next 24 hours. Saturday looks like an especially good day to go skiing, and they will sound the horn and get you off the lift if there are thunderstorms anywhere near the resorts, so you'll be safe. I'll be back to talk about thunderstorms and have your spring outlook after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you're looking for an everyday truck like the Tacoma,
or something a bit bigger, like the Tundra, Colville Toyota has the truck to meet your needs.
both the Tundra and Tacoma are built to last and provide unbeatable performance in their class.
Loaded with the latest tech, with adaptive cruise control and forward collision warning, these trucks are designed to get you safely to your destination.
Come test drive a Tacoma and Tundra today at Colville Toyota, your small town dealership with a big heart.
Hey Rob, let's gear up and go this year.
Try searching, fishing, and hunting.
I know where I'm going, yeah.
Let's go.
This year, the outdoors is unleashed at the Bighorn Show, March 20th to 23rd at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Veterans, first responders, and military enjoy $7 tickets on Hero Day, plus a free Dave Bray USA concert. On Family Day, kids are free. Get tickets at bighornshow.com. Presented by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians.
Okay, guys, only 2 hours today. Don't be late. Okay, everybody, what do you think? 30 more minutes?
For a limited time, pay no join fee and discover why the YMCA is so much more. Join today.
If you're at home right now and you're suffering from burning, tingling, or numb feet, you need to pay special attention to this next segment as we discuss neuropathy.
What is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is actually nerve damage to the feet and the legs primarily.
And what are the symptoms?
The major symptoms we see are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, problems with your balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It is absolutely treatable, and we can get some great results.
If you're experiencing burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands, or having balance issues, call today for your nerve damage screening. Your nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our innovative treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe there is nothing that can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 25 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Act now and call to schedule your nerve damage screening. First 25 callers receive this screening for free.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Springtime is here, officially.
But it's not very spring-like with the weather. Or maybe it is for this part of the country.
It absolutely is. Everything and then more. And you know what? Today, the Climate Prediction Center released their big spring outlook. And I have to say, for the Inland Northwest, it's boring, but maybe just what we need. Let's take a look. This is the spring outlook for precipitation, April, May, and June. Again, just released today. And I'm zoomed out on the whole United States. Normally, I zoom in on the Inland Northwest, but there's nothing over the Inland Northwest, which means the trend is toward average conditions, which is not a bad thing. Not too hot, not too cold. It's a mama bear forecast for spring. Very dry over the Four Corners region. We definitely don't want that. And then wetter than average conditions over the upper Mississippi River Valley and parts of the Midwest. Here's another good thing. We are out of the heat that is over the desert Southwest and really over most of the country, above average temperatures. We're in the gray, which again is fairly dull, but that means that at least there's nothing to indicate that we are going to have a spring of extremely warm or extremely cool conditions. Just average. Another thing that is very typical in the inland Northwest in the spring, and it's funny because I get emails. This is my 26th spring in the inland Northwest, and I get emails, or 27th, I take it back, every year saying, is it windier than average? And it never is. It is just, we're in the windiest time of the year. So the perception is that it's especially windy. April is our windiest month, followed by March. So we're right in the heat of it right now. May is 3rd and June is 4th. It is going to be windy tomorrow. Just right on schedule. 30-mile-per-hour gusts by 8 a.m., 40-mile-per-hour gusts once we're into the 1 o'clock hour. That's when our cold front is going to be coming through, ramping up our chance of precipitation. Then behind the front, it's still going to be breezy, but we'll see our winds taper off, but our odds of thunderstorms pick up. And obviously, around any thunderstorm activity, we'll see some gusty winds. Forecast radar, we have more rain coming in later this evening. Keep the dog out for too long, or he might get rained on. Here's 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with some snow in the mountains. I showed you how much is going to be piling up there over the next 24 hours. The cold front comes through around 1 o'clock, picking up our winds and bringing with it some more rain. And then behind that front, instability to promote those thunderstorms, graupel, all that fun spring weather. And then we quiet down for Saturday and cool down behind the front, a high of 49, but with lighter winds and lots of sunshine, it might feel even warmer. We have wet weather coming in Saturday night and into Sunday, and then it's going to feel more like spring as we head up into the 60s near record high temperatures on Wednesday, but then rain comes in late Wednesday into Thursday, and we start cooling things down again, Derek.
All right, still like the sound of those record high temperatures, though. The Real ID requirement for flying goes into effect May 7th, and it's causing a mad rush to DMVs across the country, making those wait times even worse. It's gotten so bad, scalpers are selling their spots in line in Florida. Officials in Miami-Dade County said people are booking multiple appointments at the DMV, only to turn around and sell them for up to $250 each. Officials are now trying to make appointment scalping illegal.
Oh, that's crazy. Genius, but crazy. You can't make an appointment. All the appointments are booked up like 3 months out.
If you are able to get an appointment for your Real ID, be sure to bring all the right documents you need.
Well, before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Bad back? Get Good Feet with the personalized arch support system from the Good Feet store. Clinically proven to provide significant pain relief in only 4 weeks. Good feet, good life. The Good Feet store. Book your free fitting at goodfeet.com.
With a P1FCU Ascend checking account, you get more than great dividends. Imagine having an entire branch in your pocket. Who needs a checkbook when you have a digital wallet? The only thing I check these days are my dividends.
Earn 3.5% APY. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Simplify your life and start earning more with Ascend checking. Get yours today at p1fcu.org/ascend.
My name is Paul Daglin. I've been with Granite Concepts for coming on 19 years now. From the beginning, it's all about customer satisfaction and quality because we want you to be happy. Technology has changed the game of what we can do. If you can do it with wood, you basically can have it done in stone. At Granite Concepts, we want you to feel at home.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
It's Truck Month.
Truck Month. The F-150 has 1.9% financing.
And $4,500 in savings.
The F-150 has been America's best-selling truck for 48 years. Don't wait. The best trucks sell first. Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division.
Oh, we're doing it again. Side step for a three. Nailed it. What an adjustment. Hesitates into a two-hand jam right down the...
Watch Blazers versus Nuggets tomorrow at 7 on KXLY ABC4. Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
The Gonzaga women's basketball team is taking on the UTSA right now at the Kennel for the WBIT opener. We'll be back to break down the highlights of the Zags' first appearance in this tournament tonight at 11.
Oh, that's exciting. Stay indoors and watch some TV because it is going to be raining again shortly, and tomorrow showers, possible thunderstorms in the evening, and windy conditions, 40-mile-per-hour gusts.
The wind was still kind of rocking this afternoon.
Yeah.
And breezy tonight, too. So it is spring.
I still like seeing those 60s in the 7-day forecast, though. It's
I know,
pretty
I want
great.
to jump ahead.
All right, thanks so much for being with us here on 4 News Now at 6.
And we'll see you on Nightside at 11.